Hey guys, I'm Gia Marie.
And I'm Vanity.
And you're watching
Girl, shut the fuck up. Girl, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright, so we're back with another episode for you all.
Sure are.
Hope you're excited.
I hope you're comfortable.
Get comfy, because it's gonna get fun.
It's gonna go.
It's gonna get messy.
It's gonna go.
Okay. So before, like we do every episode, we like to introduce our sponsors to the show. We want to introduce the Ripcord Bar, along with our Ripcord bartender. Y'all make some noise for Jeremiah.
Hi.
Hi, Jeremiah. Are you excited?
Super excited.
I've been asking all the bartenders, is this your first time like on camera like this? And I say like this because you know how you girls are.
Bartending, yes.
Bartending, yes. I love it. I love it. So, okay, well, I hope you're ready.
Sam, I hope you're ready. I mean, along with our special bartender, we have a very special guest tonight. They happen to be a close friend of mine. Everybody make some noise for Abraham.
Yay. Hi, Abraham.
How's it going?
I'm good. First things first, the outfit is fab.
Okay, this is like my Bible study look. Like, you know, I was on my way to Bible study. I got a text. Y'all said, come through.
Come through.
You came through.
And you just happened to make the time.
I really love the earrings. Especially
Thank
earrings
you.
are fab.
They are
I
super
love the
good.
jewels and everything.
Thank
it's really
you.
Good.
I think it's a little much.
These
but-
belong to my grandmother.
Oh.
Really?
No.
I was gonna be like, girl, shut the fuck up. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Well, tonight we actually wanted to. So I want to preface this episode because it's actually a really special one. Tonight we're actually going to be talking about mental health and kind of like what it looks like. More specifically, we're going to be talking about DID. If you don't know what that means, it stands for Dissociative Identity Disorder. And Abraham happens to be a person who has been diagnosed with this. So really quickly, Abraham, how should all of us refer to you?
We were listening to the intro and we're like, damn, that sucked. Can't wait for my episode. And it's like,
It's here.
oh, me? I'm Daddy.
It's here.
So the world knows this body as Abraham, which I think is something that my parents, when I was born, they named me Abraham. Little did they know that instead of having one baby, they had a whole litter, bitch.
Okay.
A whole
One of
litter.
them's gay.
Who's gay?
Us.
We're going to find out.
Oh, that's actually who is gay.
Right.
Oh,
Out.
Which
Ooh.
one?
Actually, I think...
Now you outing us.
I got a little nervous. Well, you know what? Before we actually get into like the good...
Oh,
goodness of the-
Aber. Our system's name is Aber.
Aber. Okay. So we should refer to the system as Aber. Before we go into it fully, let's let the drink that Jeremiah has gotten for us. Let's get comfortable too, along with our
Ready,
guys.
Jeremiah? So what do you have for us?
It's gonna be like a summer drink, so it's gonna be a vodka base, little peach schnapps, OJ, and a splash of cranberry.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it looks beautiful, by
It
the
sure
way.
does. I'm excited.
It's giving a little sunset vibe.
I'm gonna cry. I love sunsets. We're fascinated with sunsets.
Oh, nice.
There is someone in here that happens to be. Oh my God, are we getting ahead of ourselves? I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So our system's name is Aber. And we happen to have a disorder that causes multiple identities in our head. So right now, you, as a normal human, your brain was wired with singularity in mind. That is what the designer, whatever you think the designer is, that's how you were designed, with a singularity point of view. And your life and all of its entirety is singular. And for this, someone was going to say bag of bones. That is me.
and it's not true. And speaking of singular, here's your singular drink. Here, I'll just leave it here for you,
You know
guys
what's
whenever
funny?
you're ready.
Do you know what's funny and problematic?
What?
There's somebody in here that is a little child, and children ain't supposed to be drinking, bitch. But,
Okay,
you
which
know,
we don't promote here. Let's make
we
that
don't
known.
promote drinking. Don't do it. But DID is something that is. We're gonna get back on track because Duke wants to finish that statement because
Go
you
ahead.
were making a very good point. But do you ever have a homegirl that you invite to the hangout? And you're like, come through, and she shows up with a child,
No.
and she kills the buzz, and you're like,
Oh, absolutely.
you're like, hey, bitch, and you look behind her, and there's like a little kid, and you're like, hey, mijo, and you're like, why would you bring your child? That's what drinking with DID is like for us.
Okay.
Because for us, it's like, girl, who brought a child to the hangout?
Right,
right.
Well, I'll let you know right now. Act the fool, I'm gonna hit you.
On that note, let's cheers. Let's do a small
go.
cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here we go.
Let's take a sip.
Oh, that's good.
That is so good.
That's good, Jeremiah. I love it. You know what?
Period.
Don't be surprised if this is done
In 3
midway through the
seconds.
show, I swear.
Did you hear her?
It's because when you added that cranberry juice, I was like, oh, bitch, he got
good.
something.
It's
Okay.
super good. I always ask everybody, and I'm not too familiar with you. What's your sign?
Sagittarius.
Oh, my favorite. I love a good Sag.
That's crazy because me and Jeremiah have such a love-hate relationship.
Oh.
He loves to hate me.
Oh.
Let's talk about it.
I don't care.
Let's unpack that. What is
No,
love?
please no. We've had plenty of unpacking at the bars.
There's a lot of tension in the air.
Another episode, right?
Okay.
So Abraham, when were you diagnosed, or when was the system diagnosed with DID?
The system was diagnosed about 2 years ago. We're going on 2 years.
Okay.
And just to explain a little bit of why this looks different than the movies and why this looks different than TikTok. So you're looking at a system that has 15 known identities. But what makes us different is that there is co-consciousness. So we technically fall under the umbrella of DID, but it's OSD-D1B because there is co-consciousness. So it's almost as if you're in a minivan and all of your friends are there and you're the one driving, but everyone's trying to give you directions. That is what DID feels like for us. So we forgot the question. What was the question?
I was
Just
just
when were you
asking when you were diagnosed.
We were diagnosed 2 years ago. And the fascinating thing about DID is that globally only 1.5% of the population has DID, so it is very rare. Obviously, it's for most people, it's a result of just extensive, excessive trauma.
Yeah.
And we were diagnosed when we finally found a good place in our life. And everything was going well financially. Our love life, we had started to reconcile relationships with people and family, and there was so much healing. And the fascinating thing about DID is that the system was created to take care of this body because no one could. So when the system stepped into place, our original creator was the sun. And she's the literal sun in the sky, and she's like this like deity, and if she's the sun, then we would be a constellation. And I think that that's the beauty in who we are and seeing the bright side. So we were created to help this individual, this child, and all his life we had to really help him, and all my life I had to fight. That's my favorite movie, y'all. Have y'all seen the new one? Have you seen the new one?
What are we?
Girl,
Absolutely.
Miss Taraji ate it.
Down.
I haven't seen the
Down.
new one. I haven't seen the remake yet.
It's
I'm still obsessed with the original.
Yeah.
Please watch it.
so the new one,
Fantasia,
sickening. The new one is based off the adaptation on Broadway.
Oh,
Sickening.
okay,
it's so
okay.
good.
If you don't like people singing, then don't fucking watch it.
It's so good. So the body had finally found a good place, and because the body and the brain has always needed that system to help it move forward, it's almost as if everybody got laid off because they reached a point of true happiness. And the sad part of that would be that that individual had never known what happiness was, which is like it's relative. But we were at such a good point in every single aspect of our life, and it's almost as if the alters are alternate identities that exist in the brain, and they are all individuals. They are not personalities, because a personality is different. Like, my personality is different, girl, if it's payday. If I got a little coffee, if I got a little,
Absolutely.
But so that would be a personality.
Got it.
An identity doesn't change, and an identity is singular to one person. So we were at a really good spot, and we had done a lot of forgiving in our life, and which that in and of itself is powerful. The power of forgiveness and how it eats someone up, and sometimes go not you preaching, bitch, and you just had a little drink. This is shameful. This is shameful.
Well, no. Honestly, I just want to. So, for anybody out there who doesn't know, we're saying system and we're referring to the body.
Yes. So, we say system because clinically you would call what you're seeing right now a circus. You would also call it, actually what you will experience today is a mixture between a circus, Blue's Clues, and girl, I don't know.
So, system is a clinical term.
Clinically, as wild as this may look and sound, it's very structured.
Yeah.
Doctors see it, they know what it looks like, and there's a basic core to it. And since we have the awareness of each other, so you really don't see switching like the movies. With us, you see this like fluidness, right? Like this run-on sentence.
Yeah.
And in movies, you see the switching because that's DID, because the difference between us and DID is that we're not supposed to have amnesia. So it's one skull, right? It's one skull, and think of it this way, 15 brains.
Okay, so really quick, we want
Give it to me, girl. Give it to me.
Let's get into our icebreaker because we forgot to.
We
play our
forgot to break the
icebreaker.
ice because this bitch is a hard ice to break.
It's okay. So we have some icebreaker games for you right here, really quick. One is called Pick Your Poison, which is kind of like a Would You Rather game, and then we have a bowl of Never Have I Ever's. So
He's done a lot of shit. So we probably might not want to play that one.
So
You get to choose which one you want to do.
yeah, you guys get to choose which one you'd want to play, and of course, Jeremiah, we want you to play along with us as well. So we'll read out the things, and then we'll all play along. So which one would you all like to do?
This one.
The
bowl.
Never Have
Okay,
Ever.
perfect.
Okay, let me just put my drink down. It's so good, by the way.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I'm like sipping it because I'm going to finish this bitch.
So we're gonna all pick one. Myself, Vanity, you, and Jeremiah will let you pick as well.
Yeah.
And then we all get to read them out. Here, you just grab
I'll give you
one.
one.
We'll all get to read them out, and then if you've done it, then
Raise
tell
your
us
hand.
your story. And if not,
I didn't sign up for this.
Well, today you did, bitch. Pick one. Yeah, go ahead.
okay. So I'll go first. Okay. Never have I ever made up a story about someone that wasn't real.
The universe is insane.
Personally, okay, I will tell you this. This was maybe, I don't know, maybe you can get some expertise over here, but when I was younger, I used to make up, like, stories of me, but as a girl. So I used to think of, like, scenarios and with, like, friends and stuff that I was involved with.
I have a number for you. You can call me.
I used to, like, think of these scenarios and stories, but I was, in my mind, I was a female. So it was, like, everything either ended in, like, sex or...
so you were a whore.
Basically.
Not just a woman, but
it
a
was
whore.
like, you know, like when you have those, like, hot friend groups, and then I would just think to myself, like, if I was, you know, like, if we got to do this, but in my mind I was a girl, and I'd be like, and then we did that, and then he, like, pulled my pants out, and it was just, like, a whole thing.
Oh my god.
So, I mean, I don't know if that's technically, like, someone who wasn't real. I guess it is, because she wasn't real.
Because, I mean, she's here today.
Right, there she goes.
Period. I guess I'll go next. I guess, like, I have an attitude. Never have I ever been in a talent show. I have.
I don't think I've ever been
Planning
in a talent show.
actually.
Have you been in a talent show before? What was your talent? I can only imagine.
Leave that boy alone.
You're right.
What was your talent? Tell us.
We danced.
That's so cute.
But like how? Like how did you dance?
What
Like,
was it?
show
It was
us.
Latin music.
Oh.
Latin music?
That.
That's hot. I love that. Is anybody gonna ask my fucking talent? Or
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, we got like cool teeth here. Well,
And that's
I
all,
was on this-
folks. That's all we have for today.
Okay. I was in this like online singing competition and I won.
Period.
I got bitches mad. 1, 2.
Who's mad?
All y'all bitches.
What about you?
Mine is never have I ever had a sexy nickname or given someone a sexy nickname. Oh my God, should I say this?
Absolutely.
We signed an NDA. Just kidding. So one time we were younger and we were hooking up with this person, and we ended up figuring out that they were a pastor, like a church pastor. So he would call himself the prophet, and that was a big turnoff for me because it gave like cult, and it gave like you trying to proselytize me and I'm not gonna go to your church. He would invite me to his church, but he would call himself the prophet, and I thought that was so disgusting.
Girl, and she knows she was moaning that name.
Oh my god.
You got that question?
Go ahead, babes.
Mine was, never have I ever gone to a bar or club completely alone. Yes, I have, being a bartender. I know all the bartenders, so those are my friends.
Yeah.
Typically, when I go out,
It's by yourself. I love that. No, I love that. And I've actually never gone out to a bar by myself, which is kind of wild.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Have you gone to a bar by yourself?
never. Why would you?
No, I mean, I went by myself, but I was being accompanied.
Oh, okay. You were meeting someone there.
Oh.
that doesn't count.
Oh. Okay, well then, fuck everybody.
Alrighty, so now that we've gotten our icebreaker done, and we're gonna get to know you and all that you have. Early stages for you before being diagnosed. I mean, how was that for you? Did you feel like something was there? Did you recognize something being there?
We thought that we had a big imagination.
Okay.
And I think what's very relative is that, like, you don't know what's normal until you realize that you're not normal. Because, like if your normalcy is all you've ever known, and then one day you're like, wait, there's not like a chorus of people in your, like, y'all don't be arguing with yourselves. Like, you don't be like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Nope. Right. And there was always, the mind was hyper segmented to where, like, this individual that you're looking at right now can have multiple thoughts at the same time, which is mind bending and freaky and really weird the first time that it happens. But now that we were diagnosed 2 years ago, we are 34 now. We were diagnosed when we were 32. I know. Some of us are 34. There's different ages, there's different genders, there's people, not people. Some of the identities are like, there's a pair of twins. There is a group of there's a cast as well. But we forgot the question. What was the question?
My question was
Early
stages,
signs.
how you sort of were.
We're currently writing a book to tell our story and our individual point of view, which is ironic to say our individual point of view because I'm talking about 15 identities. And part of what we write, and there's a chapter in this book where and just to give you an example, I was very emotional and I would pick up on everyone's emotions, or so I thought. Vanity can tell you that I have always thought of myself as an empath, but now we realize that it's not necessarily that we were picking up people's emotions, it's that there was so much more behind us. And what we want you and everyone watching to realize what DID and OSCD1B, which is what he has, feels like. Imagine if you've lived your whole life facing a stage, and that is what you all feel, right? You are the main character and the world is watching you. You are watching the world. And when we were diagnosed, we've always perceived that maybe we were bipolar, or we've always perceived that maybe there were just something, quirky, whatever. And it wasn't until I started to, again, I was in a really good place in my life that I decided to take my mental health seriously, which I hope that everyone here today and everyone in this room can take with them. And if we can impart that, it wasn't until I decided to take my mental health seriously that we were talking to our doctor and we were telling him that, like, we couldn't sleep and stuff like that. And it was like, this moment, we remember the moment that we felt like there might be something wrong with us, because we were talking to my doctor about not being able to sleep, and he was like, maybe we should get some tests for like sleep apnea. And I was like, sleep apnea is for big bitches that can't breathe. We're little. I don't be snoring. I'm not a snorer.
Motherfucking lie.
No. So we were like, that's not it. Like that's, and then he was like, Abraham, there's something that's disrupting your sleeping. You have a hyperactive mind. You need to get tested for if you're on the spectrum. Spoiler alert, this bitch is on the spectrum. You have to get checked if you have like ADHD. Spoiler alert, that one back there has ADHD, and they're so fucking annoying. Okay. And it's really wonderful that this moment, we remembered, we were talking, and we told our doctor something, and I said, she. And he said, wait, what do you, and this is like my regular doctor. He's just like, bitch, I'm just here to give you a vitamin, girl, like, stop. And then we said something like she, and he said, what do you mean? And then I said, well, like, like, your subconscious and your conscience, like, there's two, and like, we feel, there's a lot of grandiosity in here, by the way. There's someone that was like, like, we're pretty intelligent. We're the smartest person that we know. That was really grandiose.
Yeah.
That was really grandiose. Stop. But there was this moment where we tell the doctor, well, everyone has that, right? Like, like conscious and subconscious, like one's a guy, one's a girl. Mm-hmm. Nope. And I will never forget the way that the doctor looked at us, and we were like, uh-oh. I think we might be a little crazy.
Yeah.
And it was this moment of going home and being like, okay, he said he wants to do sleep apnea test, but what was that look? What was that? And one day, driving home, the body that you see here, one of them, their name is Duke. He's our manager. He is our coordinator for everything. Mm-hmm. And what we want people to know is that he is a brand strategist. He lives a very comfortable lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And what you see right now, the body unraveling, we want you just to kind of keep in mind the juxtaposition that of the wonderment of that, of what you're just experiencing. Yeah. And because there's like this level of high functionality. But we went home and we were like, there was something there. And we went to work and we gave it our all. We are a workaholic. And we were driving home one day. I was talking on the phone with our now fiance. And I was chatting and I was telling him all the work tea. And all of a sudden, I just felt someone say, please pull over. And it was this, and we just want to explain, it would be ludicrous to say that we heard someone because you ain't hearing shit. Mm-hmm. It's the diagnosis, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. So it's not an audible hearing, it's a hearing in the mind, that someone's in a very gentle way said, pull over. And there was this exertion of like, I need to pull over. And I was on the phone and I said, babe, look up my location and come because something is going on and I don't know what it is. And he was like, what do you mean? And I said, I'm not going to say it. We're going to wait until he pulls over, until we put the car in park. But we know now. And Brian was like, what do you know? And there was this mental shift. And imagine all your life you've been facing the crowd. Mm-hmm. And you've been putting on this performance by yourself, and you've been seeing them clap, and you've been seeing them give you that standing ovation. And that day for us was turning around and realizing that there was a full cast behind us. And we pulled into the driveway, and I said, I need to let you go. I need to hang up. I said, I need to do something very important. We put the car in park. Girl, we said bring a napkin. He brought, this is the kitchen cloth. This is from our kitchen. Why would you, this is why you don't tell children, this is why you don't tell children to do stuff, girl. Like, ugh. He does have autism, so I don't know why y'all laughing. Oh. I'm kidding.
No, but
Imagine. So, really quick, before we filmed, before we got here, of course, we knew who we were bringing on ahead of time. And so I did a little research of myself. And I just had a question. So, knowing that there are, you know, more people inside, are they different in the sense of like when it comes to like handwriting or style or preference? Do things change for you when it comes to things like that? Like,
Yes, not as much as you would see with someone that has the DID that doesn't have the co-consciousness.
Okay.
So it's almost like yes, but it's almost more of a we fight for the remote, and some days some people get the remote, some days some people don't. But I want you to, because we have the co-consciousness, I want you to understand it as an amalgamation. And the equation is ever changing depending, like if it's like vanity, the equation can change to where people that find more trust in vanity can step forward and be like, that's my bitch.
Yeah.
Like going to work. They hired at his job Abraham, but that's not who goes to work.
Right.
It's Duke. That's Duke's career.
Yeah.
And it's Duke's time, it's Duke's managing. And Abraham, our experience is unique because this body was given the government name of Abraham, not my dead name. This person was given the government name of Abraham, but in our journey of finding ourselves, we learned that there was already someone in here named Abraham, and it is the regressed, traumatized version of this body.
Yeah.
And he's between the age of 8 and 12. He's on the spectrum. He does a lot of stimming. If you guys weren't here right now, he'd be chewing on his clothes and would not have any shoes on and would just be this a child on the spectrum.
Yeah.
With social and verbal deficits. That's not me, right? That's somebody else. Bitch, it's you. Ain't nobody in here.
So, go ahead.
I have a question because I think, so speaking to like the high functioning and the co-consciousness of like who the system is, like, is there a part of you, well, I guess there's a part of you guys that can recognize the privilege that comes with having, I guess, access to co-consciousness? Because this is going to be like a double-sided question.
Yes, please.
But like, for example, like as we know, and kind of like how you've been mentioning, people with this diagnosis, a lot of the times don't have like the high functioning co-consciousness, I guess, like symptom. I don't know if that's the right word.
Yes.
That's not like a thing for them.
Right.
So do you all as a system, can you recognize that? Is that privilege to you all? Can you recognize that maybe, I don't want to say better because I don't want to make it sound like this is a competition, but that maybe you're in more of a advanced place.
That things come easier. And I totally get that because unfortunately, like, I'll like use this as an example. Before today, we had never met Gia, right? We had never met Gia.
Yeah.
And we realize that there is an advantage to what I just said, that she's only met the high-functioning individual. So essentially, she's met the system.
Yes.
She's met the system where Michael is at, yes, bitch.
Right.
And she's met Duke, that's a very serious business person, and she's met the son, who is very creative and out there. So we've never met each other, and we forgot what the question was.
Just if the system recognizes the privilege of having access to that.
Because the privilege in that is that I had the privilege to have a system that is working, and we believe that we're a perfect system, and we were able to show you something that we in fact are not.
Yeah.
And we were able to, and we realized that we do feel a sense of responsibility to show people this. This is very special for me, for us, for everyone in here, because we've never allowed ourselves to show this this much. This is our like coming out.
Yeah, you're coming out.
Right. Someone in here is straight, which is...
Wow, how does that work?
And the fact that y'all looked towards Jeremy, that's the only straight person in this building.
Wait, bro, I get it.
Bro.
It's just... But we're an ally, and
Well, I do.
So how does that?
Oh, but
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
That's
But
okay.
we realize that this isn't the truth for everyone. We realize that, unfortunately, not everyone, and they don't have to be, you don't have to be fully functioning or high functioning. You are who you are, and that's what makes you you. But we realize that there's a level of responsibility that everyone's ever seen from us is a high functioning person. And when you tell someone, oh, do you know Abraham? Like, did you hear that? Like, he has DID. And it's like, what? I've never been able to tell. And we feel bad. We feel bad that people are like, well, I guess it's not that bad. Like, it's not like, and we feel bad because we realize that there's this level of responsibility that we owe it to the elder people, the 1.5% of the population in the community itself of people with multiple identities. We owe it to them to show this.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I have to ask this.
Go ahead.
How much do y'all think she weighs? No, I'm just kidding. No, stop. Like, she's counting by the time. No, so, because, I mean, you guys have mentioned a lot about people, right? And I guess perception. And I know me personally, so this is not my first time, as I mentioned, Abraham is a really good friend of mine. This is not my first time witnessing like the system switch, but I know the first time that I did witness it, I know I've fallen victim to thinking like, is this bitch playing games with me? Because if she is, bitch, I'm out.
You're like,
'cause in case she started swinging on me or something, bitch, I thought
you're like, somebody need to lock her up.
well, that piece up. But I know to like, I know I have fallen victim to thinking that perhaps that this is, that the switch and like the mannerisms and like the.
Because that's what we see. That's what we see in movies.
We know, I
Which
know
switch,
that.
and this is going to be an unpopular opinion for people that have multiple identities out there, because I think that for a lot of people, they hate the movie Switch because it just promotes that someone like us is violent, when in fact, total violence in the U.S. committed by someone with mental health issues is only 4%. But we see these movies and we see these shows of the violence, and it's not everyone's experience, but we have been deemed by our doctors not to be a threat to ourselves or others. And unfortunately, that's not the case for some people.
Totally. And honestly, this is gonna sound funny, but I don't mean it. Is that why y'all not locked up?
Absolute. By the way, girl, if this was like, girl, I'm clocking in because it was getting a little boring. Because,
That's okay.
He's not like a cis. You know what I mean?
Totally. And the person coming through now is an alter.
We're the baddest bitch in this motherfucker, and our name is Michael. The body that you see in front of you, that ain't my baby. It's a rental. And I'm giving it back. I wish y'all could see this body because it is sickening. And these men, that one especially, you would eat it up, honey. You would eat it up. Gobble it up.
Michael's gay ass.
But Michael is his part of the equation for the amalgamation is that he's the personality of Abraham.
Totally.
Or he's a personality of the system.
Yeah.
And is it safe to say that perhaps, like, mentioning how you guys have never met Gia, is it safe to say that maybe Michael?
Yes.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Wait, what?
You've met Michael.
Michael, like, you're Michael.
Who?
No,
You gaslighting her this whole episode to making her feel like she's the crazy one is sending.
No, I mean, my questions are more so more based on like day-to-day aspects or like day-to-day things. So, I mean, dare I say, like, how is it?
Yeah, just ask it.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I know you are engaged, or you are engaged, so you do have a fiance.
Which is wild, bro. They let this man out.
Yeah.
And they let this man go roam the streets, and somebody put a ring on it.
Yeah. Does Michael, which what I am going to assume is the gay personality, does he take over when it comes more to like the intimate times with your fiance? Or like, how does like? How
She's
does,
giving me Barbara Walters, and I love.
She's like, are you the
Wait,
bitch?
no, wait, it's giving Oprah and Gail. But
Yeah, because I'm just really, I'm curious. I'm curious to know. Wait,
yes,
wait,
that's a good one.
Pepper said Oprah and Gail. Who's who? Who's who?
I'll definitely be the.
That's fine, because that bitch is R. Kelly.
Okay, you.
No, so when it
I'm
comes
OJ.
to like,
Wait.
you're like, whoa, stop.
Wait a minute.
Not R. Kelly. Jesus Christ.
So you're asking when he fucked his partner?
Yeah. So like, when you have sex with your partner,
Yes.
like, is that?
There is dissociation.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god, like in the middle of like the bump?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think what you.
Which one, like, which personality would you say is more prominent in those moments?
It depends, and we're not here to speak on anyone's truth. But the fascinating thing about it is that, for starters, it is, we recognize a privilege, and there is like that guilt that we are in a relationship with someone, because the fascinating thing is who gives consent. And
Good question. Because you did say you have like a child personality in
right,
there as well.
and that's problematic.
That's insane.
And this is why they wouldn't want. This is why they want to take our rights away. It's just sometimes I get it. Just kidding.
No, I mean, no, you're right though. Who is giving consent in those moments?
So the way that it works for us is that for the amalgamation, Abraham, aka the full system, for us is an autopilot.
Okay.
And so in that moment, the Michael is the person that is present and that is enjoying it. And we have come to realize that there's also another individual in here that has feelings for our partner. And that is actually the biggest blessing that we could have, because monogamy and relationships, unfortunately, are not something that is stable within our community.
Absolutely.
Because we've been part of a lot of support groups where people get diagnosed at all ages. You know, they find the system finds rest at different ages, and that's when you get the diagnosis. In our case of OSU-D1B, and I've heard of people, you know, gentlemen in their 60s be diagnosed, someone's grandfather, someone's father be diagnosed, and the first question that you ask is, but how did you not know that, like, you had roaches up there, like, how did you not know that, you know, like,
You're
like,
so annoying.
how do you'll know?
Yeah.
Like, they should be, like, you should be paying more rent. Like, you should, like,
Okay.
you know what, I wish we could split the bills. That light bill, bitch.
In a perfect
Speaking
world.
of split the bills, how many personalities are there?
15.
15.
And we can name them
Let's go
in
ahead.
order from closest to the mind to the furthest. And all that means for us, the one that has the most control of the mind to the furthest. So there's the sun. She is our creator. She is the one that, our originator. She's the one that saved this child from the things that he was going through. And then there's Duke. He's our manager, which is what doctors and psychologists and psychiatrists would call our gatekeeper, because he's our financial provider. He's a nurturer. He is he sees Abraham, and when I say Abraham, he sees the little boy Abraham. He sees Abraham as his little brother. And he is a nurturer through and through. So then there is Michael. Michael was created to cause disruption.
And that's the punk, right? Okay, just wanted to get it out there. That's the punk.
So Michael was created to cause disruption because we grew up very religious, and we grew up in a very conservative home. And if it wouldn't have been for Michael being created to be a disruptor, we would still probably be a closeted minister that didn't know that he had multiple identities in his mind.
Wow.
And then there is Adina. Adina is so that's how she laughs.
Yeah, that's that bitch.
That's that annoying bitch. I be wanting to. She is a teenager, and she loves dirt, flowers. She loves butterflies, and she collects little things like that. She's obsessed with boys because she's in that age where she's like, you know. And then there is Ricardo. He lives in Mexico. He only speaks Spanish. There is Matilda. She's an older lady. She lives in the woods. We think that she may have dementia, and we're getting that checked.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you quickly. I'm sorry to interrupt the diaphragm.
No, but you did.
Well,
That's
fuck
what's
it.
crazy.
Okay, it's kind of running on the minutes.
Oh.
No, but I wanted to ask. So, when an alter, so for example, you saying that Matilda is somebody who could possibly have dementia. When an alter when an alter has a situation in that way, does that mean that's specifically for the alter? Or does that also, like, come through on the whole system?
No, it's for the altar.
Only for the altar?
Because we're not on the spectrum, bitch. I ain't on no spectrum.
Well, I mean...
He is on the spectrum. Abraham is on the spectrum. We're not.
Okay.
Duke has OCD tendencies. We do not. Duke is like very logic, numbers, everything. He's our manager. He's our PR, blah, blah, blah. Michael has a ED,
Rectile.
No.
I thought that was. I'm sorry. I thought ED was erectile dysfunction.
It is.
So,
it is.
oh, is it?
No, but that's
Eating
not.
disorder.
But that's not what we mean.
Oh, eating disorder.
That whore we were talking about earlier.
Her mind was in the gutter.
Mine is nasty.
I'm sorry. It's. Anytime I've ever heard the phrase ED,
It's
I
erectile
always think
dysfunction.
Erectile dysfunction.
Golly.
Yeah. Okay.
So someone has an eating disorder. They have ADHD, and then there is Francis. He is African American. Duke is white, by the way. And he's straight.
Oh.
Barely. Right.
And then there is, girl. If I'm gonna say one thing, I'm gonna tell the T.
Okay.
He's questioning it.
Ooh. I bet he.
Not to just turn into Mari. Bring him out. Bring him out.
Oh my God.
I can't.
So going back to your fiance, I guess I do kind of wish he was here, but like, does he ever? Or like, what was he like when you kind of like opened up to him about your just diagnosis?
I think that, let's just be honest, that was telling that was our life partner because of the way that they were able to process it. And I think that everyone connected with him. I think that Duke was like, finally, we, the system, meet someone that, like us, has his best interests in mind and that will make sure that as a human being, his life experience is a good one. And we felt that trust with our partner, so that's where like Duke feels like he has a like sibling connection. And everyone here has chosen our partner. Because he reminded us of something so familiar that was so warm. And he reminded us of the sun, and that's who saved us. Because he needed it.
Yeah, take your time.
So it felt like we had finally met someone that could help us take our load off. And it felt like such a relief to meet him.
Yeah.
And that's what made them feel ready to come out. That's what made them feel hopeful that they could be at peace. And girl, they got laid off. Girl, they said we're cutting hours. We don't need you on the clock anymore that much.
Okay,
And,
kind of blame the pandemic.
okay.
Yo, chill.
Sorry, I'm so
Chill
sorry.
with the
I got
brandies.
triggered. I got
Okay.
triggered. I'll believe it. Well, I do. Did you have?
Go ahead,
another
no, go
question?
ahead.
I mean, I have like a question that I feel like will kind of help tie all of this together. So, I mean, as we got into witness, like definitely we can see the high functioning. Hopefully, you can see like this high functioning co-consciousness. What does I don't know if this is the right word, but like what does like treatment or like what does help look like for somebody?
You better get me started. Girl.
Okay, well you have 2 minutes.
Good. Make it quick, girl. Make it quick.
Go ahead. Just a quick rundown. What does it look like?
For us, even though this individual has been blessed with a high functioning life and a high, the blessing of healthcare, our treatment would be about $4,000 a month. Wow. And I empathize because I can't afford that. me and my comfortable lifestyle, and I empathize with someone out there that doesn't have access. Really quickly, we want to make it a point that Texas in 2023 was rated the lowest state in the country with access to healthcare. And we really want to make emphasis on this really quickly, that the person that you're looking at right now, thank God, is high functioning. But someone in here really wants to say that what you've just seen, unfortunately, in the state of Texas, it's easier for this person to buy a gun than to have healthcare. Okay. And I just really want to make emphasis on that, because I think that if you felt anything today, if you felt any sort of empathy, if at all you felt something in you during this conversation, the conversation doesn't have to end there. There's an election this year. Absolutely. And I think when maybe God has blessed you that there's no one in your life that is affected by mental health care, but when you go to the ballot box, we hope that you can see us. Totally. And we hope that you realize that there's people just like me out there that just want help. His medication will be shocking to you all. There is no treatment for DID. We've tried different antipsychotics and they're hurtful for him. Girl, all he takes is an antidepressant. It's low dose, baby. It's low dose. He might need a little bit. But we just want to say, if you felt anything from today's conversation, remember when you go to the ballot box, remember that access to healthcare is super important. And I just want to say something that before we go, that if you enjoyed having your mind open to this conversation, know that we're everywhere, everyone's going through something, and we hope that you can have perseverance and know that we've made it. You know, we're able to defeat our suicidal ideations, and now we're a free person. And whatever you're going through, you can do it too. But if you enjoyed this conversation, we're all profoundly grateful for you two, for opening up the space and allowing people to showcase this, because I think that showcasing queer voices is so important, but it shouldn't stop there. I think if you enjoyed this, and thank you for doing this, I think people should donate to you all to allow people to continue to have those conversations. Because not everyone is doing it, but thank you guys.
Oh, absolutely. The reason why I was telling Gia, I think all of our episodes thus far have been so fun, and not that this is not fun, but this is something that's real. Yeah. And
someone just associated, and we just realized that we came to this podcast. That's crazy.
Hi.
Hey, girl. Why is bitch crying?
I know, girl. Cut it out, bitch. My eyes are watering and shit. I do. Before we let you go, we love to play a sickening little game on the show. I'm not sure if you know it. Introduce the game for us.
So it is our favorite time of the show, you guys. We're gonna be playing our little game where it's called "Is it giving TS or CD?" You need to stop.
I love doing that.
So this is a game where Vanity's gonna choose some photos for us, and we're gonna look at them, and we're gonna vote whether it's giving TS or CD. And typically TS is more like fishy, more feminine, more, woman. CD's a little bit more hard on the frontal, hard on the jawline, little stubble coming through, you know what I mean? And do not be offended, like I say every episode, do not be offended if you were voted CD or if you feel a little CD today. It's okay. Vanity feels CD every day. You know what I mean?
She had to get her one in. Anyway.
So do not take anything seriously. This is a lighthearted game. So with that being said, Vanity, let's get some photos.
Okay, so Abraham, I'm going to show you and then we'll show you, Jeremiah.
I'm nervous.
So we want both of you guys to vote.
Both votes, okay? Is this giving you TS or CD?
Wait, it's smash or pass? Or just kidding.
TS or CD, punk?
Is it giving you TS or
TS?
TS.
I know y'all fucking lying.
Well, show Jeremiah.
I love to.
The bone structure.
CD.
CD.
Absolutely CD.
That's my good old sis Jackie.
Okay, well, sorry about it.
The bone structure was
Okay, so a funny story. You know who this is? Do you remember the last photo that we did of TS? It was last season, and you're like, that looks like BB Brandy.
Is that her?
That's her.
Oh,
that's my sis Jackie.
What's happened?
She got a breastplate.
That's okay. The titties are smooth. The face is not.
It's giving budget though.
It's CD. No, it's not.
You know what? I
love you though.
I don't want to assume her gender or anything, but I have worked with her at JR's, and she doesn't give me TS at all. No, not at all. But in this photo, I'm going to vote you TS, sister, because the titties look good. The face is a little struggling, but I know it was probably after the gig. I'm just saying.
Totally.
I'm just saying.
And I've had moments, of course.
That was God. That was God.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
We got one more.
One more. Is this giving you guys TS or CD?
Ay, Dios.
Bitch, that's giving me raw XD. That is giving me raw XD.
It's giving me, I'm not gonna lie, it's giving me a little TS. So
Dude.
or maybe a little TNT.
It's giving me CD day 1, hour 1. I just had a brilliant idea. And that's what it's giving me.
Exactly.
Wait, and why? Wait, don't you guys say that the red lip is that a red lip?
Yes.
It is.
It is. And
Y'all
if I'm
are right.
not mistaken, this bitch falls victim to this every time. I feel like we used the picture before and it was definitely red
Have
lip
we,
CD.
have we used this picture
No,
already?
we used them before.
Oh, we've used her before. What do you?
There's definitely a filter.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. But what?
I mean, you can see.
Oh, well,
Ooh.
you can see the subtle, babe. So
Oh,
it's CD.
no.
I
I
voted you
know.
TS, sister, because I thought it was cute. I love the little scene girl hair
Yeah.
and
It's almost like Snooki.
yeah, Snooki meets
Teresa Capito.
or
Teresa-
Jeffree Star.
Yeah, before that,
Oh,
yeah.
Teresa Capito's a good one.
I'm a vote TS only for the sake of why not? I feel like
Right.
I have it all this time.
Okay. So with that being said, I mean, I really appreciate you coming on the pod or the show, Abraham. I really appreciate you bringing you and all your friends with you.
Okay. And we're
Oh,
Oh,
actually
it's crowded in here.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, I appreciate you, Jeremiah, for
Yes.
coming in and making us some wonderful, wonderful drinks. Before you girls go, we do have a little gift for you all.
We're gonna cry. Imagine.
Don't. It's not that way.
No, we want you guys to sign our girl. Shut the fuck up.
This is gonna take some
sign.
time. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
So we got this printed out, and we just have all of our guests and bartenders sign it for us, just so that we can remember it and you can remember it as
No,
well.
no tea, no shade, but we prefer one name.
You gotta go.
Oh, did you really? Oh, that's right. Let's get him. Go ahead, grab him for us.
Wait, are you
Well,
not a baker?
he is.
Are you really?
So Jeremiah actually has his own baking company.
Does he really?
Sickening.
does.
Give it up
That's
for
hot.
support local.
Okay, support local businesses, especially queer ones.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause he's a fucking faggot. No, I'm just joking.
I'm.
Hurry up and get back on the
This is why we don't have rights.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
I appreciate that. Yay!
Thank you.
It's 15.
Confection
It's 15 of us in
cookies
here.
by
Just
the
kidding.
side.
It's fine. It's fine.
Here,
Oh my
and then you can
gosh.
sign this for us. Y'all, shout out to Confection Cookies by Design. This is by Jeremiah himself. What are these?
Wow.
Red velvet.
Red Velvet. That's my favorite flavor. I'm actually
Hashtag
gonna take it right
sponsor.
now.
I'm gonna tear this up.
Hashtag fit Gia, you can't wait till we get off set.
No, because I want to taste it now.
Oh wait, we're opening it?
I
No,
mean, I am.
we're really not.
No, I'm gonna fuck this shit up.
The
Hold on.
mic is literally picking
Hold
on
on.
this up.
Oh, I'm so
Oh
sorry.
my god, that's so good, Jeremiah.
I'll taste it afterwards.
Of course you will.
Listen, well, I guess that's the end of our episode. Thank you
That
guys
is.
so much for watching and tuning in tonight. I hope you learned a lot on this episode. Thank you so much to Abraham and again your friends for showing up for us. We really appreciate it. And thank you, Jeremiah, for giving us cookies and the drink was sickening.
It was.
Sickening.
Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If anything, please subscribe. And we really appreciate it. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think. If you have any questions for us or for our guest Abraham, we'll leave his Instagram and TikTok and all of his platforms below. So that way you guys can reach out to him if you don't mind. And maybe you can, link up and become friends.
Not
with
link up. Send all our hate comments that way.
That way. And we'll also link Jeremiah's
Yes.
Instagram so you guys can follow him and see about all his businesses. He has a wonderful cookie business, as you see. So with all that being said, until next time,
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.